Welcome back! Ew, my door literally just opened on its own. Welcome back. It's me, Maggie. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I have previously been doing stuff centered only around my art, but I wanted to make stuff about everything to do with my life, not just my job. Today I'm going to be going through 3 cheap, lazy vegan meals that I eat on a weekly basis. Disclaimer, I am not a chef at all. I actually didn't start cooking for myself until like 2 years ago because my mom was such a good cook. She just always cooked for me. And I never learned. So if you are a good cook watching this and you're cringing like, oh, she's not doing that right, leave me alone. I do things how it works for me. I do also want to preface, I am not 100% vegan. I have not eaten meat for the last 10 years, and I also very much so try to limit my dairy, but I do occasionally have seafood, and I also occasionally have something that's baked with an egg, like a non-vegan cookie or something like that. So the reason I'm saying this is if you go and watch another one of my videos and I happen to eat like something non-vegan, these are just my vegan recipes. I am not super strict. Let's get into the video. The first recipe I'm going to be showing you is an Asian tofu scramble. I'm going to start by just chopping up my vegetables. I'm going to be using onions and mushrooms for this. You can add or subtract whatever veggies you want. You can use just tofu. It's whatever suits you best. I like mushrooms and onions in pretty much everything. Here are the seasonings I'm going to be using. Soy sauce, pepper, salt, garlic, and 5 spice. Another thing is, if you want to be even more lazy, you can always either just use soy sauce and call it a day, or you can use a ramen seasoning packet. I do that sometimes. Again, if you're a chef, you probably just threw up a little in your mouth. If you are someone like me, sounds great. Next, I'm just heating up some olive oil on medium heat and sauteing my onions until they became slightly transparent. And then I put in my mushrooms and I saute those for maybe like 2 minutes. Then I added in my tofu and all of my seasonings, and I just let that cook until the tofu started to get a little bit golden brown. Lastly, I put in a little bit of the minced garlic, and I like to make a little section on the side to let that get a little bit crispy. Now I just made some toast and we're done. So this may not look like much, but oh my god, it's so good. I also added vegan sriracha mayo on top. The next recipe we're going to be making is my own take on Vietnamese fresh spring rolls. All you will need is spinach, cucumbers, shredded carrot, tofu, and spring roll wrappers. I started by sauteing my tofu in a mixture of soy sauce and olive oil. Now you're just going to take one of your spring roll wrappers and dip it into a pot of warm water, and you'll leave it in there until it starts to get moldable and stretchy like this. Then all you do is add in your toppings. So this can definitely be modified to your own taste. I know a lot of people enjoy putting mint in theirs. I personally prefer it without mint, but I know that's very popular. A lot of people also like it with shrimp if you're not vegan. And then you just take the paper and you wrap it burrito style. Definitely press it down on the first one, and then you just take in your corners and you roll it up. It's pretty easy. I thought it would be harder. It actually ended up being super simple. And these are the finished products. I also ended up making a homemade peanut sauce, which I have the recipe for down below. 10 out of 10 will recommend. That is the best peanut sauce I have ever made. Taste test time. This peanut sauce, game changer. This was my first time making it. So good. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. Let's get into the last recipe, which is a homemade Chipotle Bowl. These are the seasonings that I'm going to be using: chipotle sauce, salt, pepper, garlic, and chili powder. First, I'm just going to start by oiling my pan and heating it up. Then, as always, start by sauteing my mushrooms and adding in my tofu. I'm going to go ahead and let my tofu get golden brown, and while I do so, I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and I'm also going to dump a can of lentils into this. To drizzle on top, I'm also going to be making a chipotle mayo. That's where the chipotle sauce comes in. Then I just chopped up some lettuce very finely, and I added that to a bowl, and then on top of that, I added my tofu mixture that I just made. Then I added some corn to the side as another topping and an avocado. I also like to sprinkle on top some nutritional yeast. If you've never had it, it has like a tiny bit of a cheesy flavor and it goes really well with stuff like this. Then I just drizzle on top my chipotle mayo, and that is the end of the recipe. This is so good, and it's honestly pretty gentle on your stomach, which I was kind of worried about, but 10 out of 10. And that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. Those are just 3 recipes that I make very often, but I cook a lot of different stuff. So if you want to see any more, like desserts or drinks or anything, I'd be more than happy to do another video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night or week or afternoon or whatever. And I love you. And that's all. Okay, bye.